Greetings. It's time for the next book. Today I had planned to review a couple of funny books, but a dear old friend of mine from my undergrad days just posted that his dear friend and ex-wife had just passed away, lost her battle with cancer. And I knew I'd be doing this book at some point. So we're going to do something a little different today that's very moving and touching. Back in the early 90s, mid-90s, many of you may have seen the movie 4 Weddings and a Funeral. And 4 Weddings and a Funeral, just a wonderful movie with high moments of comedy. And, well, there's a funeral, so there's moments of tears. In that movie, after the funeral, 2 of the main characters go for a walk, and the one character says, you know, the group of us single friends have been going to all these weddings for years without realizing that in our midst were 2 traitors. The 2 gay men in their group who were, in effect, a couple, but they couldn't be a couple. At the funeral, one of the characters reads the poem Funeral Blues by W.H. Auden. And this is a book of 15 of W.H. Auden's poems, partly done because of the popularity and fame of the movie. W.H. Auden was an amazing man, a quiet man, a poet, a playwright, a lyricist. In the mid-30s, he married a woman, a lesbian, the daughter of a famous German philosopher. The Nazis were about to strip her of her citizenship, and he married her so that she could have British citizenship and be saved from the Nazis. And the 2 of them remained friends for life, although they never, ever lived together. But from 4 Weddings and a Funeral, I'm going to read his touching poem, Funeral Blues. Stop all the clocks, cut off the telephone, prevent the dog from barking with a juicy bone, silence the phones, and with muffled drum, bring out the coffin, let the mourners come. I made a mistake. And in humility, I'm going to start the poem again. I could cut this and edit it, but I think I'm just going to leave it, as we can all make mistakes, especially as our eyes age and the font on these prints is not always large enough. Funeral Blues. Stop all the clocks, cut off the telephone, prevent the dog from barking with a juicy bone. Silence the pianos, and with muffled drum, bring out the coffin. Let the mourners come. Let the airplane circle, moaning overhead, scribbling on the sky the message, he is dead. Put crepe bows around the white necks of the public doves. Let the traffic policeman wear black cotton gloves. He was my north, my south, my east and west, my working week and my Sunday rest, my noon, my midnight, my talk, my song. I thought that love would live forever. I was wrong. The stars are not wanted. Put out every one. Pack up the moon and dismantle the sun. Pour away the ocean and sweep up the wood. For nothing now can ever come to any good. And he wrote that in April 1936. And yet its truth rings out today for anyone who has ever lost someone. We know the heartbreak that brings, whether we lose them in life or we lose them in death. And finding a way to put that into words can help with the grieving process. So in this case, the book per se isn't gay, but the author, W.H. Auden, a wonderfully prolific gay man, wrote a lot that can enrich our lives, and I encourage you to read more about his life. Thank you, and we'll see you next time.